Breathe. Okay. Hey everyone, I actually kind of have like zero idea how I'm going to start this video, and I can already tell there's going to be a lot of editing involved because I've absolutely no storyline whatsoever. There's no plan to this video at all, but I just feel like I can't make another video until I like address this. I'm already feeling like emotions are starting to well up. I feel like there sort of comes a time in every YouTuber's sort of YouTube online life they kind of address a problem that maybe has affected them, and that maybe you can help like somebody else, like a topic that you can kind of address to, get people to, maybe relate to you a bit more, get to know you a bit better. This is a video I've been kind of like umming and ahhing about doing for like the last year and a half. Like seriously, I think this is like my third attempt or second attempt at doing this video, and I've absolutely no idea what I'm going to talk about. But I hope it helps someone, so let's see where it takes us. This is the mixed race girls tag. If you want to watch it, I'll put it in the info below. I think it was that video where I said would I do a video on why I appreciate my parents so much and why I get along with them so well, and you guys all said that you wanted to see it, but like I said, I couldn't do it. I wasn't ready to do it, and to be honest, I still don't think I am like 100% ready, but I don't think I ever will be. I just feel like 2013 is going to be such a good year, and it's been such a good start already. I feel like I have my health together, my fitness together. I just lifted a few kind of burdens I suppose I was carrying on my shoulders within the last few days, and I feel like that's been relieved now, and that this is the last thing that I kind of haven't addressed yet. And I kind of just want to wash my hands clean of it now and just kind of move on, and hope that 2013 is as prosperous and progressive as 2012 was. I want everything just out in the open, and I feel like I can't make another YouTube video until I do this video. It just needs to get out of me, because it's something, like I said, I've been wanting to do and talk about for the longest time, and it's come to a point now where I actually can't think of making any other videos until I just do this one and get it out of the way. So as you probably guessed, I'm going to be addressing the topic of cancer in this video, and you're probably all like, how does this relate to me? Like, I don't really, like, why am I doing this video? And I'm going to tell you why, how I dealt with it, and maybe it'll just help you kind of deal with it yourselves if you're going through something similar. So all of this started for me about 10 years ago. Kind of hit our family like a ton of bricks. It was just absolutely like completely out of nowhere, like it usually would be for most people. Time between second and third years, because I specifically remember it was kind of like my first major state exam, so it would be like the equivalent of like GCSEs. Maybe it was a junior cert for just like a regular day, and my dad was just going about his business, my mum was going about her business, I don't know what I was doing, like just out of nowhere we heard my dad in the kitchen having, I don't believe I ever saw a person having an epileptic fit before, so watching somebody having an epileptic fit before, so it was really, really scary. But I did have a friend in secondary school, I'm sorry if my voice is sounding all weird, there were 3 people in our school that would just randomly faint, because of, different medical reasons or whatever, so I was kind of used to that like panic situation, like what do you do, and act really quickly. And our school actually did teach us pretty well about first aid and how to react and things like that. So seeing my dad having this epileptic fit on the kitchen floor, horrible sound I've ever heard in my life. It haunts me, and the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Luckily I was just able to kind of put my game face on and just react quickly. My mum's kind of more the panicker, she's like, oh, like she's running around, she doesn't know what to do. I was like, Mom, ring the ambulance right now, I'll take her dad. So biggest fears of someone having a fit is that they might swallow their tongue, so I don't know like where this information, where this reaction came from me. It was kind of like instant survival mode, and I guess you pick up and you don't really know that you've picked it up. But like I just got on the ground to him, put him on his side and held his tongue to make sure that he didn't bite his tongue, that he didn't choke on his tongue while he was fitting. And I don't know what a fit looks like. It's kind of like an uncontrollable jerking, and it's like really scary to watch. So the doctors came to the conclusion that he did have a brain tumour and that it would need to be removed. And it was putting pressure on other parts of the brain, which was causing the fit. So we actually looked at the fit as kind of being like, I don't know, like one of those messages in disguise, or, you know, blessings in disguise, because we wouldn't have known that he had one if he didn't have the fit. Somebody in our family kind of that we were quite close to had passed away, and we really felt like it was kind of a blessing in disguise. So I won't get into it too much, but basically my dad did have to go to the UK to have his surgery. He had an excellent doctor. So apart from having all the pressures of studying and doing well in those exams, I had this to kind of think about, and my dad to worry about as well, which was, you know, not pleasant. But I'm sorry if I kind of sound upset, it's just all the kind of emotions tend to flood back. He did have an awake surgery, which means that they actually performed the brain surgery while he was awake, because they had to keep him talking. The tumour itself was very near some nerves related to the speech, so there was a chance that he wouldn't get his speech back if they kind of poked and prodded too much in the wrong place. So they had to keep him awake, keep him talking during the surgery, basically while they cracked open his head like a hard-boiled egg or something. But basically, yeah, they had to keep him talking. The surgery was only about 3 hours long. It should have been about longer, but they couldn't do any more work on him at the time. I believe he kept falling asleep, so they couldn't do any more, and they didn't get all of it out. So that was that, and adjusting to normal life after that was quite difficult. My dad really wasn't able to kind of talk properly. Very difficult to watch, because you knew he knew what he wanted to say, but he just couldn't say it. It did come back pretty much like 90%. His speech was pretty much back to normal. He went back to work. After about a year or two, you know, it was all good for the most part. But then my mom got cancer. I never really talked about it that much with her, like about what type it was or anything, but I believe it was like a lymphoma, and it was a type of skin cancer probably, I'm not sure, but it was somewhere, I don't even know exactly where it was. So that was like a huge blow again, and it was just really, really tough. She did have to go through the whole chemotherapy and radiotherapy thing again. Oh, there's a fox crossing. Oh, that's just really cheered me up. There's this fox that has been crossing the green in front of my house for the last few days, and they're like urban foxes, but they're like, I don't know, we don't really live in like an urban place, but they're really nice, and that's just really cheered me up. So hi fox. I think people in England like hate foxes. People in Ireland like love foxes, like once they don't like kill their sheep and shit obviously, but like the layman, the regular person, quite likes to see a good old fox or a hare crossing. Anyway, that's just lifted my mood, so hopefully I'll be able to talk about this a bit faster. So yes, my mom did lose her hair, and it was tough for her, you know. She did have to do the whole wig thing, but I think she actually preferred not to wear it. So that was tough. The roles of the people in the household had been totally flipped on their sides or whatever. It was just like my dad was taking care of my mum, and it was just pretty crap time. One thing I will say is that it's really important to take the actual good things out of a bad situation. Like at the end of the day, we're still here, we have doctors to treat us, and you know, what more could you ask for, you know? And then about 2 years ago, around the same time that I started my previous YouTube channel, which did used to be my old main channel before I got like a new camera and a new channel and a new blog, that was the time that my dad was, I think he had another fit actually, I'm not sure, but basically he went for his checkup and he needed another brain operation to remove the tumour that had grown since the previous one, because like I said, they didn't get it all out the first time, so they needed to remove it the second time. So as you can imagine, we felt like the most unlucky family in terms of health that you could possibly imagine, and we just didn't know why it kept happening to our family, because we're like, my mum and dad are like the nicest people on the planet, and you do kind of feel like you're nearly being punished for something when like stuff like this just constantly happens. But you know, you just gotta keep rolling with the punches, and that's the way life has been handed to us. Like I said, the reason I started my YouTube was, like I said, around the time of my dad's second operation. And if you go back to those videos, you would have no idea there was anything going on in my life. And it was because I just dealt with it in a really weird way, and YouTube helped me so much. Like, just turning on the camera and talking about something I loved was a complete escapism. It was like going to just a different place where I was thinking about absolutely nothing else. And it really got me through my exams, because my dad's first operation was during my first state exams, and my dad's second operation was all through studying and through my last year, my final exams in 6th year, which would have been my leaving cert or the A-levels. And like, dealing with something like that when you're trying to study and you're trying to focus was really difficult. And I would take a half an hour break from my study. I would study like all the time, constantly. I wouldn't get out of school till about 8:30 at night, and I would turn on my camera for 20 minutes, record a video on my webcam, see, you know, 1 or 2 nice comments, and it would, like, I got such a buzz from it, and I still do. And it's just, it really, you just need to kind of, I would advise you to find something that you like and just go out and take your mind off it, because that is the only way to deal with it. As well, I know it can be really hard for like young people to deal with this kind of stuff, like, why is it happening to me or my family? But to be honest, like, it's made me the person that I am today. Like, I have such a good relationship with my parents now, and like, I am just so, I feel pity for people that can't get along with their parents, or the parents don't appreciate them, or they don't appreciate their parents. And it makes me sad, because I feel just really appreciative for what all those bad times have taught me and the person that I am today. And I have no problem saying I know I'm a good person. Like, I have no qualms in saying that, or qualms. I can honestly say that I'm considerate, I'm thoughtful, I'm just a nice person. I try and make everyone feel comfortable in a situation and be friendly with people anytime that I can. And life has just taught me that it's just too short not to be a good person. I can honestly say that I think I'm a good person. There has been things I've regretted in the past. Really only 1 or 2 things. The way that I dealt with it was very quiet. I kept everything to myself. I didn't talk to anyone about it. And to be honest, nobody really asked me about it. And it's kind of hard when you're boxing up all these emotions, and like, nobody, you know, somebody might go, "Are you alright?" And then you kind of go like, "Oh, yeah, I'm grand." And then that's the end of the conversation. And you're kind of thinking there, well, like, you know, if that was me asking them, I'd be a hell of a lot more interested in that. I put this video out there because if you're the kind of person that I am, which I don't really talk about my feelings much, they all kind of come out in one big kind of spurt at, like, when I just can't hold it in any longer, then, you know, drop me a mail, drop me a comment. I will be sure to reply to every single one of them. If you're going through anything, just talk to me. I'm on Twitter, you know, you can comment here, and I would definitely, for this kind of video, I would definitely get back to you guys. But just the one thing I regretted was that because I kept so many feelings in, it kind of made me at times a really bitter and maybe even bitchy person. Like, I'm a really nice girl, I think, and I like to get on with everyone. Like, all through school I talked to everyone. I would talk, you know, to the popular girls, or, you know, the people that you would consider maybe not so popular. And, you know, I didn't class people like that. I classed them on the conversation that I could have with them, and just not to kind of just make them feel like an outsider. But there was days when, you know, it would be a bit too much, and I would, you know, make a snide remark or something, and then I would kind of stop and be like, oh my god, like, can I actually hear myself? Like, I sound ridiculous. But that was just my way of dealing with it. Unfortunately, in that one incident, I did hurt somebody's feelings very much, and I regretted it more than anything. It's the one thing that I can say all throughout my secondary school life that I actually regretted, because it was just so unlike me, and that was the way that I dealt with it at that particular time, and it wasn't great, but that's the way it happened. I can't change anything about it now. I don't want you guys to become bitter or bitchy about it just because you can't talk about your feelings. Like, most schools would have like a counsellor or like an advisor, or what do they call them in my school? Oh, I can't remember. It was like a holy name, I can't remember. But like we had some really good people in our school to talk to, and you know, even just pulling out your friends and just being like, right, I need to talk about this. This is, you know, just get it out. Because even if you feel like you don't need to get it out and feel like that you're not upset, because I actually didn't feel upset, I didn't feel angry about it, but I had locked it so far back in my head that I didn't know how to, I didn't even know it was there anymore until it actually all started rolling out. So I just wanted to kind of share my story with you guys, and it's just really made me the person that I am today. I'm so appreciative of everything I have, things that I can afford. I don't take anything for granted. I tell my parents I love them every single day. Do you know, just don't hold grudges. You know, if you love someone, make sure you tell them. They could be gone any day. They could just vanish tomorrow, you never know, and not just by cancer, they could be just gone for any reason. So just, you know, go now, tell your parents you love them, tell them you appreciate what they do for you, and that's just it, guys. So that's my video. I don't think I could physically talk about it anymore, but I hope it's helped you guys. And my parents are back, so I'm really sorry that I had to cut this video short, but like I said, just appreciate that everything life gives you, and actually just take a second to realize that it's made you the person that you are today, and just try and look on the bright side as best as you can. I know it's like, honestly, I don't think you can come any deeper than I was into it and this whole like cancer thing, but like I said, just drop me a message if anyone wants to talk about it. I'm here for you guys. If it's kind of hard to talk to someone about it that hasn't really experienced it, so I hope that I can be of help of you guys. And Dad, do you want to say hi to the camera?
Huh?
You want to say hi? This is my dad, guys. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
What's your name, Dad?
Amir.
Dad's name is Amir. Can you see the resemblance?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's me, guys. I'll see you in the next video and talk soon. Bye.
Bye.